Hi, this is Wayne Williams, Speaking of Horses, and we want to take a moment to thank many of the fine sponsors that helped to make Speaking of Horses TV happen for you. We want to give a great big thank you to Equine Clot. This is a product you can carry in your saddlebags or carry with you in your horse trailer. Any injuries, you wrap it on. It's an immediate clotting process. Equine Clot. Check it out. Also to Equestria Safe. Equestria Safe is a wonderful company. They handle all the safety products from vests, glowing bands, all types of safety products. Please check out Equestria Safe. You're going to love the product lines and the safety ideas they have for you while riding your horse. Thanks to all the sponsors who make Speaking of Horses happen for you.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams, Speaking of Horses. We're in Denver, Colorado, and we're at the 2013 Rocky Mountain Horse Expo. We're really happy to be here. We've had a lot of fun coming to this expo over the years. You're going to see highlights of a great main event show here in our coverage for you. Eric Martinovich, Big Horse Productions, some great Andalusians, Lusitanos. We've got a wonderful, wonderful presentation. The Western Airs, a great trick riding group out of Colorado. So you're going to see those highlights as well as some of our wonderful clinicians. Heidi McLaughlin will be joining us. And we're also going to have some stuff with Mr. Jonathan Field. You're going to love that too. So we've got clinic highlights, interviews, key people, and entertainment all coming your way. So we're in Denver. We're at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo. Right now, come on in. Let's go see what's going on. Well, again, we're here at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in beautiful Denver, Colorado with Speaking of Horses. Cliff Swanson is my guest, and it is Western Dressage Association. So tell us a little bit about the association.
Well, this association has gone worldwide. This is a local group that we have here in Colorado. But the Western Dressage of America is all across the United States, and we've already started bringing in other countries.
Well, I have seen Western Dressage go back to the days of Aton at Equitana. We were just talking about that with his cowboy dressage. But Western Dressage is it's very similar, but it's a little different twist to it, and because you're doing it for the education of all the riders.
Exactly. We're a nonprofit association. We're a 501c3. So we are doing this to educate people and to start groups in order to do this. We're affiliated with USEF and with a few of the breeds in USEF right now. So the tests that we have all been okayed and scrutinized and gone through by USEF and USDF to make them okay.
So you have a national organization. You're with the national or with the local? Which is it?
I'm with both, actually. I'm a part of this group. I helped them get going. Was there for that beginning. These girls have taken off like crazy. This is the #1 club, affiliate club in the United States, is this Colorado group. But the Western Dressage Association of America, I'm on the advisory board, and I've helped with them also.
So you hold clinics and events and everything, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're doing clinics all over the United States. I'm hitting a lot of the expos this year, and we're just educating people on Western Dressage.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and you know, if you watch and I announce at a lot of horse events, you watch a great dressage rider, and then you watch, say, a freestyle reiner, and it's 99% the same. And you can take dressage, put it over in a Western saddle, but it's so much of it is identical.
It is. It's a lot of crossover. Even the patterns for dressage patterns and reining patterns, I do both reining horses and dressage, and it's a lot of crossover. It's a lot the same.
But it opens up a whole new world to a lot of these riders, and they get to experience things that they wouldn't get to do otherwise.
Oh, absolutely. And it adds one more thing. In the people of our ages, it adds safety.
Well, that's true. I don't break them out anymore either, you know.
That's right. So it gives these people the ability to learn to control their horse and be happy in that, and the horses be happy in it. And it's like candy to these horses.
Now, Cliff, how do people get a hold of you or the organization?
We're on the website. The web address is up there, Western Dressage Association of America. They can go on the website there. It's a very good website. And the one from Colorado, Western Dressage of Colorado, have their own websites, and they've got all the information you need for joining or places to go and events.
Well, that's great. Now, Cliff, we thank you much for joining us, but right now, we've got a little footage of Cliff doing a clinic here at the Rocky Mountain. So thanks for being with us, and let's go watch that footage.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Now, watch the footage and stay with us. We got more coming on Speaking of Horses.
welcome you all here today. I'm sorry that the weather's so bad and that we're so early in the morning. It'd be nicer if we had a few more folks, but we're going to start by reviewing just what we did in yesterday's clinic. And basically, what we did when we started yesterday is we learned the inside brain, inside leg, in this case being my left hand. Take a short review over yesterday. Anything on the inside of a circle that you do is an inside cue, okay? On the outside of the circle, which is my right side, is everything that is outside. So when I refer to inside brain, that means inside the circle. In this case, my inside brain is leading my horse around, okay? My inside leg is laying on the girth, and I'm able to use that to bend my horse's ribs and make this a nice circle. My outside rein, my right hand, is a very important rein, probably the most important cue. This is the rein that keeps me on track, keeps me on the line of my circle. Without it, if all I do is turn the head, I really have no control over where he goes. When I pick up my outside rein, then I'm back on track again and back in line. So it's very important, and as I said, we covered all this yesterday, so we're just a quick review. It's very important to know how to use your 4 A's or 4 cues together. The 4 cues being the inside rein, inside leg, my left side, outside rein, outside leg is the outside, my right side in this case. So as I'm making this circle, I'm bending my horse, Tuffy, around the circle and around my inside leg. I'll touch my inside rein just to put that bend in him, and then really I'm not doing anything else with it. Then I kind of come back, touch it again, keep him on track, and every time I do, I take a light feel against my outside. And I have to do that to keep him on track. And as you do these cues more and more, it becomes lighter and lighter and lighter. Now my inside leg is dropped down the girth. I use that to bend him around. My outside leg is slightly back, just a little bit, just touches a little to get the hips to kick in on this circle. If you've seen the dressage charts and the pictures of the horses riding a circle, they show you a view of the horse from the top. And so the line from his ears down his spine to the dock of his tail needs to be bent the same as the circle that you're riding. Consequently, our 4 A's. Inside rein bends the front, inside leg bends it around my leg, my outside rein keeps him on track, my outside leg kicks the hips in. It's very important that we learn about kicking these hips in, because that's what helps us stabilize him for these kind of turns. Now, we'll change rein, which means changing direction. So now my inside rein is my right side, my outside rein is my left, my inside leg is my right, my outside leg is my left. And again here, I'll exaggerate a little bit. I'm bending him nicely around my circle, leading him with this inside rein, outside rein coming back to keep us on track. My outside rein is also for impulsion, it's also for collection, and it's also my brake. Whoa.
Well, we're still here, Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in Denver, Colorado, and right now I'm pleased to be standing next to Jill Montgomery. Now, I've run into Jill at many horse council events, national and local, state horse council events for years. Jill is speaking here, and your topic here is?
Well, I'm here representing the Animal Welfare Council and explaining how their new program that is entitled Lessons About the Unwanted Horse, how they work and how people can access them.
And it's an interesting topic because, you know, the statements about there is a fate worse than death and the unwanted horse situation is a real dilemma in this country because, you know, just because a horse is unwanted and you say you can't do something with it doesn't make the people miraculously decide they want the horse all of a sudden. So tell us a little bit about this program and how this is being presented here.
Well, the issue is really the unwanted horse needing to have better options available to it for finding a permanent home or a useful purpose for it. And there are many approaches to it, but these lessons take 6 different sessions to address kind of the driving issues that have created the situation with 170,000 horses a year needing to find new homes. And the 3 primary concerns would be first that our economic situation, the recent recession has definitely increased costs for fuel and feed, and many owners are no longer in a position to afford their horses. But this issue was with us before the recession, and that part of the issue is really about people not understanding what's really involved in the commitment of owning a horse and getting a good fit for themselves. And then when they go to get out of owning that horse, they don't have a lot of options available to them. So that's where the issue comes up. But these lessons in particular are addressing the age group of 10 to 12, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. And they're broken into 6 different sessions. They can be used individually, or they can be used as a set. And they're appropriate for actually public school, for homeschooling, 4-H clubs, pony club groups, different kinds of scout groups, kids camps, any of these situations where you might have 10 to 12-year-olds gathered and needing an activity for them that includes learning about horses. So
well, especially with kids and girls, especially young girls in that age range, are horse nuts. Many of them are horse nuts. So it is a good thing that they learn that it's not just that simple to have a horse, and that if you have a horse, you have to take the responsibility. The whole thing of an animal, horse, dog, whatever, is not only the companionship, but learning the responsibilities of life.
Absolutely.
And so this helps to bring that to the forefront.
It does, and the 6th lesson in particular gives the chance to the child to work through the actual expenses and different items that a horse would need over the course of a year, and gives them a much better appreciation for the complexity that's involved. And it points them to resources where they can actually do the math to figure out whether or not it's a possibility for them. And it gives them some options if they're not really ready for ownership. Simple steps to get into having equine activities in their life that wouldn't be necessarily overwhelming to them and their families. So it's a good entry point.
And it helps them to lay the groundwork for moving forward.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, like we said, Jill is speaking here, so right now we're going to run a little clip from one of Jill's talks right here at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo. Jill, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Stay with us because we got a lot more coming right here on Speaking of Horses at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo in Denver, Colorado. Speaking of Horses, would like to thank the people who have made Speaking of Horses TV possible. To Equessentials, all your horse grooming, coat and care products specifically designed for your horse. A thank you to King Barns, custom-built barns, any style, any project you'd like. Get a hold of King Barns. To Overland Carts, if you want that versatile utility cart for your stable that can do anything, check out Overland Carts. Stall Butler, a unique design on how you can muck your stalls and save 90% of your shavings for reuse. Check out Stall Butler. And Eagle Erie Equine, modular systems for saddle racks, tack bars, and the like. Totally organize your tack room with Eagle Erie Equine. Thanks to all of these fine people who make Speaking of Horses possible.
And then I'll ask again, and he might have just done it accidentally. You know, if he just sneezed and his head went down, I would drop it. So it's the same thing when you're riding. You apply pressure when the head is not where you want it, and release the pressure totally and dramatically when it is, when it starts leaning in the right direction. So anytime now, give her rein, Withers. So remember that once their pole goes below the withers, you have to really start actively playing out rein or you're hitting them in the mouth. constant process of shortening and lengthening reins. So, Donna, let me hop on your horse for a second. This is not a mutual swap, though, just so you know. Yep. I can show this. It doesn't make sense if I show it on him. Just babysit him. A minute. Love a short horse. Oh, a long run. Is that all right? Yeah, okay. Get that. All right. So, what is this in the mouth? The bit also, when you're asking about that horse that bolts, I would be very specific on the type of bit I was using, and for your horse too. So I'm just going to start, anytime the head is not where I want it, I'm just going to put pressure on the reins. And I'm going to keep him going with my legs. And he's going to go, I hate that pressure on the reins. What do I have to do to make her stop? And so anytime...
Speaking of Horses TV Possible, we want to thank One Source Nutrition, the perfect blend of nutrients to help your horse. It's One Source Nutrition. And Revitavet, equine light therapy, for either toning up muscles before competitions or to promote rapid healing. You want Revitavet. Equine Savings. This program can save you up to 25% on tractors, stable equipment, yes, and even on barn paint. Be sure and go to Equine Savings and check it out. To Hoosier Horse Trailers, quality horse trailers, living quarters, you and your horse can ride in comfort. And Saratoga Stalls, classic equine stalls built specifically for you. Thank you to Saratoga Stalls. And thanks to everyone who makes Speaking of Horses TV possible.
Yeah, see that, yeah. Sure.
So, it just include all of those. We keep arguing.
There you go.
Hi, I'm Heidi McLaughlin. I'm the author of the new book, Kick Your Fear of Horses. I wrote this book as a result of being a former fearful rider, and I tell my story about how I overcame my fear, and now I want to share what I learned and what worked for me with you. Many people ask me what KICK stands for. It's an acronym that I put together just to kind of help you kind of go through your mind and remember that the first K stands for keep at it. This is not a quick fix. This is something that you really have to work at. It takes tenacity, it takes time, and I always tell people, don't give up, because it is possible. So remember, keep at it. The I in KICK stands for invest. You need to invest in a well-trained horse, good equipment, a lot of time, and a lot of energy. When I say a good or well-trained horse, it's not a good idea for someone with fear issues to try to get a horse, or to get a horse that's off the track, or a rescue horse, or a special needs horse, or a green horse. These horses typically require someone that has a lot of skill. Someone that's battling with fear typically does not have the skill to handle a horse like that, and is just asking for more frustration. I always say, the old saying, kick a gift horse in the mouth. Well, never kick a gift horse in the mouth, they say. In this case, yes, you do want to kick a gift horse in the mouth. It's not a good idea to get a special needs horse, because then who's going to rescue you? You want to get a really tried and true, well-trained, dead broke horse, and that's what you start to build your confidence with. So the other thing I say is good equipment. By that I mean you don't want some fly-by-night gimmick. You want tried and true. You want a very, very good saddle, a leather saddle. I say if you can't afford a new one, go out and find yourself a good used, nice, well broken in, handmade saddle, leather saddle. Maybe have to do a few little upgrades to it to get it back into shape. these saddles last years and years and years. It takes 5 years to break a saddle, and you got a 30-year-old saddle. It's just getting started. So that's actually a very good thing to get a used saddle. I don't talk about bits. I'm not a trainer, but you want to find a good trainer. You do want to invest in good training, and you do want to invest a lot of your time. The C stands for courage. Now remember, fear is an emotion. Fear is a kind of a nasty emotion. It plants its seed, we water it, we nurture it, and we grow, and it grows, and it grows. And pretty soon, we've got ourselves a full-blown, out-of-proportion fear issue that needs to be put in perspective. So it takes courage, and courage is not an emotion. Courage is an action. And it takes you to muster up that courage, to have a chance to muster up courage and fight the fear. Be strong enough, find your courage to chop down that big fear tree that you nurtured and grew into a big, huge thing. So the courage, it takes courage to build confidence. The last K in KICK stands for knowledge. That is where we spend a lot of time in the book. Obviously, fear begins where knowledge ends. And the confidence you're looking for is found in knowledge. I tell people all the time that if you're in a situation where you become fearful, it's because you're not prepared for the situation that you're in. So what you need to do at that point is make sure that you find out what that hole is in your training. What is missing? Because if you're fearful, there's something missing in your training. There's a hole. So right then and there, when you become fearful, ask yourself, what is it that I don't know how to do that's making me feel vulnerable at this point? So along with that, there's a lot more great hints in this book. I interviewed several experts and personally asked them to give you their advice on how to overcome fear. The foreword was written by Chris Cox. There's advice from Stacy Westfall, Richard Winters, Dr. Robert Miller, Mike Kevel, just to name a few. And I also followed 3 women for a year on their journey of trying to overcome their fear. All 3 of them had very severe accidents. All 3 of them were successful in 1 year. People think that sounds like a long time. It took me 7 years, and I don't want it to take you that long. So that's why I wrote the book. You could use my methods, and I can help you. So please go to www.fearlessrider.com. Let me help you. Look at my schedule, see the clinics I do, and I hope that you become a fearless rider soon. Thank you.
Well, you've seen some of our clinicians, but right now we're just going to show you some highlights from the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo's main event, our Friday and Saturday night show. We got some great entertainment. Watch this. The main event highlights are coming your way.
Once again, back is the incredible rhyme animal, the uncannibal thief. Public enemy number 1. 5 folks say freeze, and I got numb. Can I tell them never had a gun, but it's the wax that the Terminator X fun. Now they got me in a cell, but my records ain't sell. Cause a brother like me said, well, Farrakhan's a prophet, and I think you wanna listen to what it can say to you. What you ought to do is follow for now. Know what the people say, make a miracle. I'm the lyrical, black is back, all in, we're gonna win. Check it out. Yeah, yo, come on. Here we go again. Bring the noise! Bring the noise! Bring the noise! Bring the noise!
They performed for President Bill Clinton. They performed at the Texas State Fairs. Right now they're performing for you with Katie and Lucy. Katie's the spotlighted lead rider, and she is going to lead us in the corkscrew. And we all know what a corkscrew looks like. Big circles at the top, little circles at the bottom. So she's going to start at the top of that corkscrew and circle, and make each circle progressively smaller. And as she travels down that corkscrew, you start to wonder, what will she do when she hits the tip? Where will she go? Everybody has to stop at once or they'll crash. Not so fast. She'll go from the left lead to the right lead, and then she will unwind that corkscrew. Lady Lucy, lady. That's great stuff. Now once she gets them all unwound, we'll get pinwheels at the east and west sides, and a single file circle will form in the center. There's your pinwheels, there's your single file circle. It's going to break down into two lines. One line will head south, the other line will head north. They'll both head east. At the east end, they'll cross. And I want you to watch the precision you're about to see right here. You want to talk about timing and dangerous? Because it better be perfect or someone gets hurt. Look at this. One horse after another, head to tail, moving at a high rate of speed, stitch after stitch, threading that needle. Folks, that is absolutely flawless.
Well, that's our coverage, Rocky Mountain Horse Expo 2013. Thanks for joining us on Speaking of Horses, and stay with us for the next show, because you never know where we're going to be or what we're going to be doing. But it's going to be horse-related right here on Speaking of Horses. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we'll see you on the next Happy Trail.